Hello, hello, hello. We are back. We are live. Hello everyone and welcome back to the IGTV. I'll just wait for the notification to go out and for everyone to join. But hello if you're in here already, and we'll get a few mic checks and whatnot done and make sure the music level's okay. But can everyone hear me so far? Can I get a thumbs up or some sort of yes or no if you can hear me or not? As ever, we'll kick off in just a second once the numbers have joined and I get the A-OK for the mic. Can someone give me a thumbs up? There we go, perfect. Is the music level okay as well? I'm using a different mic this week, so hopefully you can hear me. And is the music alright? Good enough level? Let me know and then we shall get cracked on. I'll just bring up the questions actually on this phone. But how is everyone? Are you well? There's no mic, but sounds fine. The mic is on. Testing, testing. Can you hear that? It's because the mic is to my right here. I don't really know another way I can make it any better, but is that any better? Maybe if I take this off. How's that? How's the quality? Okay, cool, let me get the questions up then, as I said. But hello everyone, welcome back to the IGTV, the Thursday night IGTV. Thanks to everyone who has submitted a question so far. As ever, if you do have any questions, please just drop them below as well, and I will get through them as best as I can. It's loud enough, perfect, thanks for that, Adam. Right, I'm just waiting for this to load, but for whatever reason it's not loading. Give me one sec. My Wi-Fi has been challenging, shall we say. I think I've got too many products off the one Wi-Fi router. Let's see, questions, see all. We'll just have to go with the flow. Anyone get any questions just now before we kick off and go through the actual IGTV questions? In fact, I can see them now actually, there we go. Perfect. Got quite a few to work through. Obviously the good news, I'll do a bit of a recap first. So for anyone that missed the members live stream last night, I covered quite a bit about why the markets had dumped basically. So on Monday we seen the Chinese property giant Evergrande basically melt in value, and that was due to them almost defaulting as such in debt. So they were supposed to pay back something like $120 million last week. They failed to do so, and obviously they were we crashed the market, as we all seen. So not only was crypto crashing, the whole financial market was crashing. Everyone seemed like it was doomed, everything was down. But as ever, it's just a bit of a kind of test to everyone to make sure that you're awake, shall we say. No, but in all seriousness, no one really knew what was going on. No one really knew the seriousness of it. Obviously, when you see everything pulling back, like Bitcoin, for example, pull back to $38,000, which no one expected, because it was up at like 48 at one point, and it literally just melted with the rest of the market. And that goes for pretty much every market. For anyone that was watching Mitch Ray, he went live on Monday or Tuesday, I believe, during the day. So UK time, I think it was about 12 or 1 PM, which he never does unless it's an emergency. And he was chatting about like the price of sugar was falling, like the prices of just like random assets were falling, and it was like its lowest point since like 1970. So Monday and Tuesday were not a great day for the whole market. However, as you'll see, I'm going to just refresh my coin stats over here. The market's picked back up. Bitcoin's up at nearly 45k, which is hard to believe after what's happened at the start of the week, but it just goes to show you how volatile crypto actually is, when literally less than 4 days ago, 3 days ago basically, it was 38,000 and now we're back up at nearly 45,000. So, and that speaks for the rest of the market. Like, you're getting some coins doing like double digits, multiple double digits. There's coins up 70, 80, 90% since Tuesday, some altcoins. So the market is still very much alive. The bulls are very much back in control for now. We could be due another kind of capitulation moment where it could get quite scary and it could dump even harder. But based on kind of what we've seen, it looks like that might have already happened. But we're still a bit, again, as I was saying last night on the members Discord, we're still kind of staying with our kind of wits about us to make sure that we don't just jump into something and then it crashes the next day or whatever it may be. Don't get me wrong, it will come back in a few days, but obviously you want to try and time your buys as best as possible. So we are sitting on the sidelines just now, so the members know that. We are sitting on the sidelines with money waiting on Swissborg to invest. So when the time comes, we will obviously jump at it and start buying in some. We did buy a little bit today, but the main kind of buys are coming soon, hopefully. But anyway, I'll start working through the IGTV questions, or the ones that are from the story. So again, thanks very much if you have submitted a question, and if you haven't hit the chance, just drop it below and I'll work through it as best as I can. Okay, cool. So we'll just kick off then. So quite a good one actually, kind of leading off of the Discord. So alright lads, on the Discord page are buy and sell tips included? So no, we've stuck to that since day one. We've never wanted to kind of fall into that buy and sell kind of thing where we are offering like trading tips. So that's never been a thing of ours. Is the music stopped? That's never been a thing of ours personally, and we have noted that. So it's on the website to say that this is not a kind of a trading Discord. We do have someone that deals with technical analysis and puts in kind of, I guess you could take trades from it based on his technical analysis, but there is no like direct buy and sell tips. So just to answer that question, no, there wouldn't be. Right, let me just see why the music stopped and then we'll crack on to the next question. I think the Wi-Fi has stopped. There we go. I think it's because I've got too many. Let me just take the Wi-Fi off that. There we go. Literally got so many things running on Wi-Fi. I think the router's just not having it, to be honest. Let me just reopen Spotify. Apologies for this, but it feels weird that it's so quiet in here with no music playing. So let me just see. Right, we'll work on it. Okay, cool. So next question then, what we got. So do you have to pay tax on crypto you sell into fiat in an exchange or just once in the bank? So crypto tax is a very real thing. So it's capital gains tax it falls under. So it'd just be a standard 20% on profits, and that's realised profits. So moving it between exchanges and whatnot doesn't really count as such until you take the profits out into your bank. So yes, it does technically count because you're going to have to report that, but in terms of a direct tax, then no, it's not until you realise the profits from the exchange to your bank, and then you report that. So yeah, hopefully that answers your question. Let me see if we can get some music on here. Don't really know what's happened, to be honest. The Wi-Fi has just been an absolute joke. I've only just got new Wi-Fi as well, so it's not exactly going very well, is it? What's happening in the chat so far? I signed up for the members group. I could work out how to access things. Can you explain how it works so I can try again? So I'm guessing you haven't actually accessed it. If you've signed up and you haven't been able to access it, it might be that you've changed the username. So basically what you're supposed to do is ensure that the username that you sign up to Discord with, or the email address, is the same email address that you would use for when you actually go through and sign up to our Discord. We automatically send you an acceptable link to Discord, and that takes you straight in. So it is pretty straightforward. So I'm unsure kind of what stage you're at. Best thing to do is see if you email our support email. So it's just support@ccgla.co.uk, and we'll get someone to help you. I've got a kind of thing that we can copy and paste, and it kind of talks you through it. But yeah, send an email over, and hopefully we'll be able to help out as best as we can. Stock Guru on YouTube, give him a follow. Very good, always early to let you know when to pull out. Okay, thanks for that, Mark. Gary Neville says most folk go to university. Okay. Let's see. I feel really strange with no music. It's actually so quiet in this room, and I'm just like chatting to a camera with no music in the background. It says there's no Wi-Fi connection, but quite clearly there is, because it's letting me access it. Right, let's see. So Spotify play. No? Okay. What if I go into my library? No? Okay, cool. Looks like we are having no music then, so that's unfortunate. Okay, next then. Will you be buying more CHSB at these prices? So CHSB is down at like 65 cents just now, round about that. So yes, we are looking to add more CHSB because again we've held CHSB since like 6 cents, something. I think it might even been 4 cents, but between 4 and 6 cents we've held CHSB, and we rode it all the way up to, it was what, 150 odds, just over 150. And obviously it's come back down to less than half. So we see it as a good buy, and yes, we will be buying more CHSB, which for anyone who doesn't know what that is Swissborg. If you don't have Swissborg, then there's a link. In fact, you've probably seen it on our story, but there's a link in our bio that will take you to downloading the Swissborg app, and then you can get CHSB from there. What's the thoughts on BAT? So, oh, is it back on? Yeah, so BAT is basic attention token. So someone's just asked, what's your thoughts on it? We do actually have a breakdown coming to the Discord. So a complete coin breakdown will be live tonight. Might be a little bit later than normal, so it might be around 9 PM. But look out for that. So you'll find everything that we know about the project, everything that you need to know about the project. It's kind of, I mean, if you're in the Discord, you know how this works, but we talk about the project itself, break down exactly what it is, what it does, and why it's a project as such. The current price, the current market cap, its all-time high, and basically just little kind of facts and figures about the product itself, or the project itself, should I say. So that's going live tonight, because as you would have seen, Swissborg has listed. We paused again. Apologies about this, don't know what I'm going to do, but the Wi-Fi just keeps coming up saying paused, but we'll crack on. Hopefully we don't lose connection. But yes, so Swissborg is listed basic attention token as of today, so we will get a breakdown out so that people understand what it actually is, and if you're interested in buying it, then you can do so. What is your ETH target by the end of the bull run? So we spoke about this back way last year. Like, we were buying ETH when it was literally in the low hundreds, $300s, $400, and we've always said that kind of $4,000 mark is where we wanted to see it. In fact, we actually, Dick had sent me a tweet that we tweeted back in January, I think it was, or even earlier, saying 4,000 ETH by June, and obviously it done that way before that. So I wouldn't say that's it topped out though. I still think personally, for me, we've got higher to go. I don't think we're going to get $10,000 this bull run, but who's to say we don't? But realistically, I think more. I mean, it was $4,500. I'm thinking more $6,000 max. But who knows? Because when alt season, when alts truly kick off, Ethereum has that run, and Ethereum always does well. So it should see at least $4,500 again. But I'd like to see it about $6,000 before the end of this current bull cycle. So we shall see. We shall see. Do you invest? We get asked this quite a lot actually. So, do you invest in the stocks and shares markets at all? No, we don't. Not anymore anyway. So we used to. Well, Deck more so than me, but we used to years ago. That's how Deck first get into me and Deck get first into investing. I think one of my first investments was like Snapchat, back when Snapchat first went live. So that was, I don't even know how many years ago that was, but that was probably one of my main ones that I remember. There's probably loads of other ones, but that was like the one that I remember, and that absolutely flopped. But literally bought it on I think its IPO went live for like 11 cents or something, and I think I bought it at like 28 cents, and I'd never seen that again. So bought in at the top basically, so learned a lesson with that. But nah, no longer. I know, like I said, Deck had a lot more kind of stocks and shares stuff up until a few years ago, but now we've kind of sold off all of the stocks and shares, and we are just crypto now. Actually, I done a one-to-one call today with a client, and he was asking the same thing, and I was just saying, I think crypto's kind of not ruined it for me, but like, once you're involved in crypto and you see the potential that crypto can make, you don't really see any need for like stocks and shares, if that makes sense. Because stocks and shares is probably a good steady 10% per year, depending on what you get. But when you compare that to what you can potentially get with a crypto, when you can do 10% in a few minutes, And it's just like when you put them together, it's like, why would you wait 12 months to get 10% when you can potentially get 10% in 10 minutes? So that's the main reason. I still try and keep up to date as much as possible with stocks and just the kind of standard financial markets, but I'm not interested in buying any or holding any. The only thing we are, I suppose, kind of interested in would be gold and holding physical gold, but that's not quite the same. I guess precious metal still kind of falls into that in a degree, but mostly, if not all, crypto is the main thing for us. Let me read a few of the questions in here. I really want to get the music back, I must admit, because it is very, very strange, and it can't be that exciting listening just to my voice in a quiet room. Let's see if it's going to work or not. I doubt it. I'll leave it running to see if it works. Oh, there we go, we've got something on. It just happened to be Nav, so hopefully he's like Nav, because it's the only thing that's going to work right now. So let's see. So QNT, yes or nah. Go check out the breakdown. We like it, we don't hold it, and we won't be holding it, but it's a solid project in our eyes, and it's got long-term potential, but we don't hold any and don't plan to hold any. What do you think XRP will get to? The famous question literally gets asked every day, I think. For us, we've got targets, top-end targets of between $10 and $12. However, for profit taking, we're going to start taking profits between $7 kind of upwards. And the way for that will be, again, we'll break this down eventually when the time is right. So we have been asked about this a few times, but when the time is right, we'll break this down. But it'll be something along the lines of 10% of our holdings out at $7, 10% out at maybe $8, 10% and then up to 20%, and basically just kind of gradually dollar cost average out of projects, rather than taking 100% out and then it might run higher. So depending on your holdings, obviously 10% might be a lot or 10% might not be too much, but the main thing to do is try and work in percentages when it comes to taking profits, and also try and figure out set targets of dollar cost averaging out to make sure that you don't, like I say, take all of your, just total example, right? So you take all your XRP out at $8, 100% of your holdings, and then it goes to $12. You've missed out on $4 worth, which is a hell of a lot of percentage wise. So you still make a good bit of money. You still make from now like a 7 or 8x, which is great, but imagine you could make a 10 or a 12x. You would be kicking yourself a little bit. As much as you've taken profit and it's been a substantial amount, you'll still kind of kick yourself and think, shit, if I just held it for an extra few days or a few weeks or whatever it may be, you might have made a bit extra. Sounds like my, sorry, my now my Alexa, it's all kicking off, honestly, it's all kicking off in here. No internet, no music, Alexa's piping up for no reason. I do apologise, this is a bit of a mess, but we'll crack on and we'll keep going. Sorry, it paused again, so if I ever go silent and just stop, it's because it says paused on my screen. Have you ever done a portfolio breakdown on how much of each coin you hold? Would be interesting to see how early you were in and average costs, etc. To an extent, yes, but also to an extent, we try and, it's like, that's quite personal. Like, how do I explain it? So, with investing in crypto, we try and kind of relate it to money in a bank. So we talk in percentages, because I would never tell you I've got X amount in crypto, I've got this amount, I've got 100,000 of this coin or 100,000 of that coin, because you can then just work out how much money I've actually got, and that's none of your business at the end of the day. So one thing we have tried to do is talk in percentages, or talk about what coins we hold and what amount we can see it going to. Bear in mind, like, it's maybe more of a thing in Discord. A lot of people chat quite freely about how much they've got in assets, but a lot of people don't feel comfortable with how much they've got. So we've done a small kind of breakdown in terms of, we've listed every coin that we hold, we've listed every kind of target we expect to take profits at. So we've done that so far, so that's some sort of portfolio breakdown. But in terms of average costs, we spoke about it a bit, to be honest. I posted one recently about my Bitcoin average buy-in. So I get Bitcoin at 3,800, I don't mind sharing that because it was only last year, so it's not like it's been such a big deal. But there's other projects that, like I said, we're trying to keep the privacy a little bit, because at the end of the day it's almost like money in our savings. So yeah, hopefully that kind of answers a little bit. But yes, we have done a breakdown of what we've got, just not like in terms of, I don't know, it's not as deep as maybe some people want it to be, but please respect some privacy at some point, just because, yeah, it's end of the day, it's our savings and it's our investment portfolio. So do you think we will ever have a stable crypto market or less volatile? Probably not, to be honest. But do you want that? Like, really? I don't want that. Like, as an investor, I don't know, maybe it's just because I've been in it for so long and I've kind of detached my emotions, but I love the fact that it is so volatile, and a lot of people love the fact that it's so volatile, especially traders and day traders, because if you're a day trader, you can literally trade all day, all night. It's 24/7. The markets are moving constantly, so you could constantly be putting in shorts, longs, and the markets are always moving. So less volatile, maybe 10 years down the line when it starts getting more adoption and getting bigger, but I don't think so. I think it's always going to be the most volatile market in the world, at least for a good 10 plus years. So I know it can be difficult sometimes because one day it's up 50% and one day it's down 50%, but that's the joys of being in crypto, I suppose. Do you think we will go, hang on, we've paused again. Do you think we'll go through another dip before gains in Q4? Good question, actually. So that kind of leads on to what we've sort of been chatting about recently, where we're on the sidelines looking to buy in. So we've put money into Swissborg, sitting in USDC, waiting to kind of make some purchases, whether that's sending it to Binance or whether that's signing it to Uniswap, whatever it may be. We've put money on the sidelines to hopefully jump in at some point over the next few days. I don't like buying when it's, again, Index the same, we don't like buying when it's so green. It's good to see that the market is obviously rebounding back from the past few days, so it's good to see that, but it could just be at a quick retracement before it capitulates down even further. So we're in a bit of a kind of sticky situation just now where we're almost in Q4. So what's the date today? It's the 23rd of September. So we're just over a week away, nearly 2 weeks away from Q4, which again is proved to be quite a kind of substantial quarter for crypto, based just on history. So I think there could be a bit more price action beforehand, a bit more volatility to the downside. It could be a quick wick, it could be a few hours down, back up, or it could be tomorrow or even this weekend. It could be very volatile. But until then, we're still at a kind of critical, yes, it's retraced, yes, Bitcoin's back at nearly 45k, but is it just a retracement? Do we have a further kind of capitulation moment to happen? It's possible. It's very possible. So if you are a buyer and you're looking to buy, just bear that in mind. Don't get me wrong, if you're a long-term holder, you probably don't care at all. Like, we normally don't care, but because we're putting a kind of small portion in and it's only going to sit there for a few months, it's going to be a kind of short-term investment. We want to make sure that we time our buy as best as possible to get as much gains as possible over that short period. So for example, if you were to invest in Tuesday, some of these, like I said at the start of this, some of these projects are up 50% already. So you could have made a 50% gain from Tuesday till today. So in 2 days you could have made 50% on some of these altcoins, if not more. I think Umbrella Network was one that was up like 75% when I checked it like earlier today from Tuesday. So it just goes to show you that some projects will rebound quicker than others, but again, there could be that final capitulation moment. So just look out for that if you are a buyer, or again, if you're looking to buy in, just make sure that you're comfortable with how the market is just now. But there could be one final downside. But again, let's see. Just make sure you've got the money sitting ready, because don't get me wrong, like moving money from your bank account to Swissborg takes seconds, but it's the quick FOMO that you have and quick kind of moving money about and on your phone panicking. So it's always nice to have USDC sitting on an exchange just ready to buy in as soon as possible, basically. So okay, so let's see what else we've got. We don't need your music, you're doing a good job. Thank you very much, appreciate that. Right, let's get back. I'll answer a few more questions here. In fact, I'll mention it just now. Actually, Dex just said there about the giveaway. So you would have seen on the Instagram today, we're doing a huge giveaway worth. It's actually nearly, I think it's just over £900, but it's on the graphic it says £850 plus. But when you add it up, it is almost £900 worth. So we are doing a kind of the biggest giveaway we've done so far, and we are giving away. Basically, all you need to do is share it on your follow. First of all, you need to make sure you're following Crypto Glasgow. So don't just comment on it if you're not following us, because when we do the name generator, we'll make sure that the person that wins is following us. And if they don't, then you won't win. So that's crucial. Point one: make sure you're following Crypto Glasgow. Then you can share it on your story and tag us over the next few days, whatever it may be. The contest is running until the 16th of October, so you've got a few weeks. Share it as many times as you want. Each time you share it, make sure you tag us and make sure that you comment in the comment box. The reason being is when we pick the winner, it's going to come from the comments, so you need to have a valid entry, and that's by commenting. And the comments will be tag 3 people that you know, and you can tag 3 people today, 3 people tomorrow, whatever it may be. Just make sure they're 3 different people. We're basically just trying to spread it and get as many people involved as possible. It's a kind of last push, because we believe crypto's only got maybe a few more months in it, maybe 4 months, 5 months of the bull run, to be honest. Maybe even shorter, so we're trying to do a kind of final push to get as many people involved in crypto as possible, to make sure they know what's going on and they learn as much as possible. So the giveaway then, so for doing that, we're giving away £250 worth of a crypto of your choice. So whatever crypto you choose, it could be XRP, it could be Dogecoin if you want, it could be, I'm trying to think of like Shiba Inu, it could be any of these shit coins, it could be Bitcoin, XRP, I just said XRP, literally anything, you get the point. It can be any crypto you want, £250 worth. You get a startup guide, so our crypto startup guide, our crypto level up guide, and then you also get a Ledger Nano S as well. So it's basically the ultimate startup package. So for anyone that's maybe new to crypto, or you've been in crypto but you've not really learned much about it, it's the perfect opportunity, to be honest. So that's why we're doing it. So make sure you have entered. If you've not entered, go do it after the live. Tag 3 friends, share it to your story, tag Crypto Glasgow, and make sure that you're following us as well, because if you don't, you will not win. Anyway, that kind of covers the giveaway. But yeah, so thanks to everyone who has shared it so far, and good luck, I suppose. Good luck to everyone that has entered. We'll announce that in a few weeks, and yeah. Right, so when will you be posting the buy-ins you are planning? So did I cover that? I think I've probably covered that, but just to reiterate, over the next kind of 24 to 48 hours, I think we're trying to time it with the market. So obviously it's hard to time things in the market, and we all know that, but we're trying to just get that sweet spot, because we are at a kind of key level, shall we say. So we don't want to, again, I feel like I'm repeating myself, but we want to make sure that we get the most percentage gains in the shortest period. So we're trying to time our buy as best as possible. So if it takes till the weekend before we see a bit of price action to the downside and we're going to buy in, then so be it, but it'll be in the next few days. And check out Discord for that. So that's where everyone gets to know first. So we always talk about that on IGTV. The IGTVs, for anyone that's new, because we have received quite a lot of new followers today and this week, the IGTVs is just a chance for you to ask, well, it's called a crypto Q&A for a reason. Ask any questions that you might have, just as on a kind of daily, or sorry, a weekly basis. Every Thursday we do this, but realistically 90% of our stuff that we talk about throughout the day goes into Discord, and that's our members platform. So again, if anyone's not in there, I highly suggest that you get in there and learn as much as possible from it. There's a coin breakdown every Tuesday and every Thursday. So there's also technical analysis, members updates. There's also a members live stream on a Wednesday. So everything that I'm talking about tonight was also spoken about last night on the members live. So you get to hear it a day early, basically. So it's all just part of being an exclusive member to us. Then we give a lot more kind of up-to-date information more frequently than we do on Instagram. Instagram is just our funnel to speak on a Thursday night and answer as many questions as possible. Right, questions. So would the startup guide be good for me? I know zero about cryptocurrency. Someone else actually asked about the guide. how up to date are the guides? Good investment at this stage in the market cycle. So what was the first one? So much the same kind of question, I suppose. Yes, I still believe so, because the startup guide is, you can finish it in a week or two. So I mean, some of I spoke to today actually finished it in a day, but I've said to them, look, read it again, read it again, read it again, because you can read something, take it in and understand it a little bit, but you need to properly go through it time and time again to pick up everything that's in it. So there's never really a good time or a bad time. It's just always the time to learn. So whenever you ever decided to, right, I'm going to plan when I learn, unless you're kind of doing some sort of, I don't know, some uni degree or whatever it may be, some timed exam, then there's a time to learn. But when it comes to crypto, it's constant. It's 24/7, 365. So it's always time to learn about crypto. So yes, to answer the question, yes, it's still a good investment now. The startup guide was updated about a month ago, I believe. Maybe even less than that. But yeah, so it's completely up to date. It's completely different from how it used to be. So anyone that does or has seen it before, it's revamped in terms of all new images and new layout. The majority of the information is the same, just with a few more updates, because it was a little bit outdated. But like I said, it's about a month old now, and it's completely up to date, and I still believe it to be a true investment piece. So yes, by all means, get a hold of it if you don't have it already. And don't forget, if you're a member of the Discord, you get 25% off everything on our website. So if you are looking to get the startup guide or the level up guide, then make sure that you're in Discord first, because you'll get a 25% discount. So use your head for that one. You can even, I said this before, there's still a 5-day free trial on the Discord. So technically, you can sign up to the Discord, and in your first 5 free days, you can use your 25% discount and buy the startup guide or the level up guide, and you're saving a bit of money. So there's always that. But I certainly still believe it to be a solid investment, and it always will be. So whether it's a bull market or a bear market, that's why we made it. It's timeless. It'll get updated when it needs to get updated, but the actual product knowledge that's in it is completely timeless. So yeah, it's certainly for me still worthwhile buying. I don't know if it's a serious question or not, but someone's asked thoughts on XRP. So I feel like anyone that has followed us for more than a few weeks even knows that our kind of main investment, our main kind of project that we talk about is XRP. So XRP for us is the one that we first get invested in, the first project we got invested in, and the project that we'll hold for the longest, because that's the one that we see the true potential for. So again, I'll try not kind of go into it too much. I think what we might do what we might actually do, come to think of it, is we'll get an XRP breakdown, because I don't think we've done one recently. So we'll do a coin breakdown on XRP in the Discord, because as much as we love it and we're invested in it, and the majority of people that watch us on IGTV or that follow us on Discord, the majority of you guys are invested in XRP. But some people maybe just buy into it because it's maybe one of the biggest ones in the top 10, or they hear us talk about it, or they've heard someone talk about it. So we'll get a breakdown, a full breakdown, put in the coin breakdown section. We'll make that a special, because I don't want to do it as a Tuesday or a Thursday breakdown. I'd rather do it as a kind of a separate breakdown entirely. So leave that one with me. I'll speak to the team and get something arranged for hopefully over the weekend actually, and we'll get an XRP breakdown put in for everyone that's interested, because it would be interesting to see it. We've been in it for so long, it's just so many things change throughout it. But yeah, so yeah, we'll get that done hopefully this weekend, but I'll keep everyone updated. Paused again, hopefully it hasn't. If you can still hear me, I'll be back. Let me just turn the Wi-Fi off that. Yeah, the screen went black there, so hopefully everyone is still involved. But the question we've got there, so during the bear market, will we still see any sort of pumps? For example, say XRP won their lawsuit in the bear market, or will everything just stay melted for months/years? So first of all, I guess a kind of positive to take from that is I strongly don't believe that XRP, or Ripple should I say, will the lawsuit will go on that long. To be honest, I think it will round up hopefully in the next few months. I think the longest it can go on till is January anyway. Bear in mind, XRP and Ripple don't technically need the lawsuit to settle before the price moves. and we've kind of already proved that, or not us, the project XRP's proved that, because you think about it, at the start of this year when the lawsuit came about, XRP was down at like 17 cents again, and then kind of April, May time, it was 1.96, almost $2, and that was early on in the case before anything had come out from the lawsuit or anything. That was months ago. We've came so much further now, and again, like I said, the price went from 17 cents to almost $2 in a matter of like 3 months. So I don't think we need to rely heavily on the lawsuit. The lawsuit obviously helps gain retail investment, but realistically, I don't think that that's something that we should be kind of waiting for. It's only going to help catapult it. That's my strong belief. But when the markets really start moving, it's technical analysis speaks for itself. So when the markets really start getting moving and Bitcoin starts topping out and money starts rotating into altcoins, that's when XRP really will perform. And I bet you by then, for whatever reason, the lawsuit just magically gets kind of settled as the market starts to rotate. It's a very funny market, but anyway, to answer your question, stuff does move in a bear market, but not anything like you expect it to do, or nothing like you've seen it do in a bull market. The thing with bear markets is they take about 2 years to truly really kick in. Oh, you know when it's a bear market, right? You know, right, we're now in a bear market. But what I mean by the kind of 2 years to kick in is it doesn't go down in a straight line. So say Bitcoin gets to $80,000, right? What will probably happen is it will have a large correction of maybe 30-40%, but then it always will retrace maybe 10-20%, and it kind of zigzags its way back down until it hits its kind of bear market low. So there's always kind of chances in the first kind of 6 months of a bear market, just for talking sake, 6 months, maybe longer than that, but for talking sake, in that 6 month period where it was at its peak, it drops significantly, but it'll rebound, drop, rebound, drop, rebound, if that makes sense. So hopefully that kind of answers the question. So stuff does move in a but nothing like you expect, but what you've seen so far. What price do you expect for the year? Seems to be whenever I touch the screen on it quite well. Towards the end of the... Oh, sorry, I didn't answer that question, but Swissborg. So the Swissborg price for us, we've said this a few times, we'd like to see it above $3 before the end of the bull cycle. It's currently down at like 60 cents, 70 cents just now, so it is quite low. But for us, we've always said realistically between $3 and $5 would be good. But $3 is kind of our first kind of major profit take, if you like. So yeah, let's see how. Yeah, literally every time I touch this screen, it kind of pauses. I think Dex already answered this, but for anyone that hasn't seen it, towards the ends of the bull market, how much of your crypto do you take profits? Well, now 100%. We'll always kind of leave in about 20-30%. More realistic 20% of our whole crypto portfolio will be left. Some of these coins, don't get me wrong, some of these altcoins will be 100% taken out, but some of them will be about 80%. And again, we'll update and we'll explain what we're taking out of and how much we're taking out of it when the time kind of comes. So look out for that. BTC to 100k this year, don't think so, but I quite like, don't get me wrong, that kind of stock to flow model, I've spoken about that for a long time. I really like the stock to flow, and I like how it kind of is respected majority of the times. But I also don't think that we'll get up to 100k. I think that might be a little bit too high, but our realistic targets are about 75k and it's USD for BTC. But the way we always play it is like, look, we're happy with 75k, but if it goes to 100, fine, so be it. Like, it's one of those ones you're kind of winning both ways, because you're saying 75k, taking some profits, taking maybe 80% profit, but you're still leaving that 20% in case it does go to 100k, and you're still making profit on something that you've already made a substantial profit on, you know. So there's ways to play it, but I mean, there's D-Roy and they're saying BTC over 100k by December. It's very possible, and we're not going to say it's a bad thing if it does, because if you hold it, then you want it to go as high as possible. But we always try and set our targets a bit lower than maybe some other people, just because we've been in it for so long, we've been in it at quite low prices. For example, like I just said earlier in this stream, I get BTC at 3,800. So when it goes to 75k, I've made a decent profit on that. So I'm happy, I'm out the market, I've made money and I'm happy. But if it goes to 100k, great, so be it. We've won even more. So that's kind of the basis of it. Do you hold Algorand? Yes, we do hold Algorand, and we have held it for well over a year. Well, what's the month that we're in? September. The startup guide came out in May of last year, so yeah, almost 2 years I think we've held Algorand. It is one that we spoke about and it's got a 2-page covering in the startup guide, because we see Algorand as being the future of, like, well, not the future of crypto, but like a main kind of part in terms of what it's trying to do in the crypto market. So we do hold it, we do believe in it. So yeah, hopefully that helps. When do you believe this bull cycle will finish? So good question. Timing is the hardest thing to kind of say or pick or see in crypto. But I think, I mean, me and Dick have got the kind of similar opinion where it could be kind of early 2022 and early being January. But there's also a chance that it could be even earlier than that. But it's just the reason we're hopeful for that is because Q4, like we've said before, is always like a positive quarter for crypto. So it wouldn't really make sense for it to top out like midway through Q4. Don't get me wrong, crypto doesn't make sense at all. It's just got a mind of its own sometimes. But realistically, I just don't see it. I think it'll hold out to the January. And this bull market that we've been in as well it's similar to 2013 and 2017, but it seems to be kind of stretched out a bit. So again, that's another reason why we think it could be January, kind of February time before we start to see a bear market. But it's tough to say. Bull markets, timing bull markets and bear markets are tough. You can have a rough idea. You're better looking for like telltale signs. So for example, if we see Bitcoin kind of struggle at a set price and then altcoins start to take off, that's a kind of sign that the bear market's coming like soon. Because normally what happens is Bitcoin will top out, the money will start to kind of struggle at 75k, 80k, whatever it is, it will start to struggle. And what I mean by that is, for the months running up to it, it will be powering through, 10% gains, 20% gains, and then it will start to struggle. It'll have a few volatile days, and then people will start moving money from Bitcoin into altcoins, and that's when you'll see altcoins shoot off. And then after that, it's kind of that's it. People take their profits from BTC into altcoins, run the altcoins, and then altcoins will kind of sizzle out again, have a few volatile days, people taking profits, and then they'll start to dump. And that's kind of confirmation of a bull market being over. So kind of look more for that rather than timing, because like I said, timing's really difficult. But if we were to put something on it, it would be early 2022. So let's hope. But again, it could be sooner. But look out for the telltale signs rather than a date and a time, basically. And D-Roy's there saying, totally respect where you're coming from there, Don. Good way to look at it. It's true though, and that's the way we've always kind of tried to look at a lot of our projects. Same way XRP, prime example. We're taking stuff out at $7, even though our targets are between 10 and 12. We're taking stuff out at $7, so that doesn't make sense to the kind of to someone just new to crypto. But well, if your target's $10, why are you taking stuff out at $7? You know, $3 short. And yes, technically we are, but dollar cost averaging out is just as, if not more important than dollar cost averaging in. And I say that pretty much every week. Dollar cost average out, dollar cost average in. They both go hand in hand. And the reason being is it's to secure your profit. So if you take 10% out at $7, but your average buy is like 20 cents, you've made a large amount of money there, or percentage gain, shall we say. I don't know how much money you may invested, but you've made a high percent return on that. So take the win, take something from it, take profits along the way. So yeah, that's kind of why, that's kind of our reasoning behind it. Do you hold any VRA? No, we don't hold any VRA. Should we hold VRA? That could be one for a coin breakdown. Signal's gone again. Right, cool. I think what I'll do is I'll start to round it up there. It's been about 50 minutes anyway. The hour mark, that's normally our thing, but as the Wi-Fi is playing up, I guess it is quite annoying that it keeps pausing. It's annoying for me, so I can only imagine how annoying it must be for you watching it and hearing me like stop every so often and just like jitter about. So apologies about that. I'll answer this last question. Thoughts on ADA, so Cardano. So Cardano is an amazing project. We don't hold any, we never have held any. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's not a good project. We did do a coin breakdown on that recently as well. And you'll start to realise this when people ask us about coins. In here we'll always say check the coin breakdown, and we're not trying to just sell you off to the Discord. The reason for that is it's a paragraph about that, if not two of them, breaking down our exact thoughts on it, which is a lot easier to explain than me talking to you over an IGTV. So that's why I always relate back to Discord, because it just makes sense. It's the whole point of it is to help you make money potentially, or learn about crypto potentially. But Cardano, yeah, so Cardano have, I mean, don't get me wrong, like, they are a bit slow in terms of their smart contracts. They seem to keep saying that they're coming soon, they're coming soon, they're coming soon, but they don't come soon. It took about 3 years to get to this point where they're at just now, but they do have a major upgrade coming again soon, which they really need to make, like, they need to make it happen basically. They need to make it happen, and they need to make it work, or else people just start giving up on them, because they're a massive project. They are a kind of ETH competitor. They're not a ETH killer, because nothing will kind of kill ETH, but they do a similar thing in terms of the smart contracts. But yeah, like I said, they really need to keep up the grind and make sure that the smart contracts goes live and it works 100%, or else people will kind of fall away from it. But no, solid project, we just don't hold any. Get back in the office, super fast Wi-Fi in there. I know, I wish I could. This is my new kind of setup, but I don't know why. Like, the Wi-Fi, like I said, get put in recently, and the guy said, "Oh, it's perfect, don't worry." Like, literally the Wi-Fi box is like 2 meters away, but I think the walls are quite thick in here, so I'll need to maybe move my station round, and I don't know. Anyway, no one needs to know that, but hopefully next week I can only apologise about the Wi-Fi today. I will make sure that it's much better next week. But yeah, we'll round it up there. On that note, if there's anything that you do need from us over the next coming days, then make sure you click the link in our bio. So anything you do need in terms of startup guide, level up guide, even consultation. So I do consultations throughout the week, throughout the day, even over the weekend. So if you do want to book in a consultation, feel free. I'll chat to you. It's a 30-minute conversation. Chat to us about anything that you need. A lot of people tend to kind of bring their portfolio to me, and it's a bit of a kind of portfolio management session. Break down what coins they've got, where they bought them, where their aims are, and just a kind of a bit of a Q&A on portfolio management. So if you do fancy that and you want to chat to me regarding your portfolio, then please book in, and I can chat to you whenever it may suit. Obviously both of our diaries, but I'm pretty free throughout the week and throughout the weekend, so just let me know. Again, members get a discount on that, so if you are a Discord member, you'll get 25% off it as well. So again, anything you need, let us know. Either shoot us a DM, ask us a message, ask us a question in the Discord chat room. But over and out from me, and thanks again for joining us. We shall see you next week. Peace out, bye bye.